everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to do a quick book review over a brand new YA novel that came out by a debut author. And that book is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin? Ooh. Sorry if I butcher that last name. If you don't know, this is a debut novel of hers and it came out in the YA fantasy romance type field. It is scheduled to be a series and the sequel of this book is going to come out in September 2020, I believe. So if you are not familiar with Serpent and Dove, it is about a witch named Lou and a witch hunter named Reed, and they have to get married. Now the thing is, Reed doesn't know Lou's a witch when they get married, so that kind of causes some tension in the relationship there. You get what I'm saying? So it kind of follows these two characters in their marriage as well as what's surrounding them, which is a fight between the witches and the people that don't have magic. Oh! I read this book about 3 weeks ago, so I've had some time to marinate on it. I believe I gave it a 3.75 or 3.5 review on Goodreads. I don't remember. I'll put my rating up here. The reason for that rating is because there are parts of this book that I really like, and then there were parts that were like, oh, honey, what was that? First, I want to talk about the first 250 pages, because that's where I had the most trouble with. The last half of the book, great, I liked it, except for one part. But we'll get to that later. The first 250 pages, though, felt so incredibly rushed. I was not even able to get attached to the book or the people at all because it felt like the plot or the characters were not fleshed out at all. Like, there was just lacking of detail. It just went from one thing to another. For instance, in the first 90 pages, the main characters are married, and you don't even know who they are. Like, it was just so cringy for me to get through these first 200 pages. You don't understand. The only word I can use to describe it is cheesy. It was the cheesiest thing. And normally I can take a little bit of cheese. Like, I'm all good with the cheese. Bring it on. But this crossed a line. Oh! Besides the first 200 pages, there was a spot right at the ending of the book that really also didn't butter my biscuit. And that was when it was the climax of the book. It could have went one of two ways, either good or bad. And the author chose to diffuse this situation by using the most absurd tactic that I literally had to put the book down and laugh. And it's embarrassing that I even had to read those words in all caps. Spoiler alert, here it is. Her eyes widened as he kicked off his pants and began singing at the top of his lungs. Big Titty Liddy was not very pretty, but her bosom was big as a barn. There's a lot to unpack here. I don't know who hurt that character, but that was bad, okay? Ugh. Now, there are a couple things about this book that I did enjoy. The first thing being the lovers to enemies trope. That trope will get me every time. If I see that on a book, I will buy it, okay? I just love it. I think it worked out well in this book. While it was rushed in the beginning, I think toward the end, I got that satisfaction. Second off, the sex scene in this book, great. For a YA fantasy novel, for a debut author, amazing, hands down. I was happy about it, okay? The last thing I really appreciate about this book was the friendship that grew between both Lou and Ansel, who's also a witch hunter. I really enjoyed watching that from the beginning of the book, honestly, all till the end. And I was rooting for Ansel more than I was rooting for anybody else in this book. Like, he was my man. Love him. All in all, I think it was a good debut novel for this author. I am excited to pick up the second book, which is called Blood and Honey. I think it'll only flesh out the characters and the storyline even more. While I had some trouble with the beginning of this book and the climax of this book, I enjoyed it still, and I still will pick up the sequel as soon as it comes out because I am invested in these characters now, and I think it's only going to get better. Hopefully. If you read Serpent and Dove, please let me know down in the comments below what you thought of it. Do you agree with anything I say? Do you disagree? I would love to hear your point of view. If you haven't already, don't forget to follow me on Goodreads to know what I am reading at the moment and what I've been rating the books I have been reading. You can also check me out on Instagram at SarahAnnCam. I also post what books I'm reading and everything there. And last but not least, if you have not already, don't forget to smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos every Thursday at 7 o'clock and sometimes on Mondays. I hope everybody is staying safe out there and is having a great day. Thank you for watching, friends. Bye.